synagogue. Go any radio, lock it in your stereo. 1, 2, 3, your pocket now is for your radio. Words from the wise, I hope you really hear me though. Draw can't speak style, hope you all get it though.
Always on the edge of saying what I think, but I never do it. Gotten pretty good at being what you need, and man, I abuse it. Oh, spit it out, kid, spill your guts. Wouldn't that be nice for once? Everybody gets the picture perfect me, 'cause the truth is I'm a people pleaser, nice to meet ya. Promise that I'll do my best to be someone you like. Professional affection seeker, quick agreeer. I keep my cards up to my chest and never speak my mind. 'Cause what if you don't like the real me? I can't stand to know that feeling. I'm your approval needer, mass appealer, ego feeder. People pleaser, terrified of watching people pull away. If I'm honest, been trying to control your every thought of me. Oh, it's exhausting. It's got me wanting just one time to find a way to be content with being myself.
All right, good morning and welcome to Good Morning Core City right here on 106.9 FM Go Unit Radio, the heartbeat of dialogue. And of course, it's a very beautiful Tuesday morning, the 5th, the almighty 5th of May 2026.
Yeah.
And first of all, we'll have to take it one step at a time. Yeah, before we make the grand announcement. All right, my name is Chike, and of course, always it's me and Esther, the pretty golden lady. The pretty lady with the golden voice.
Oh well.
Mm.
So you guys, it's a beautiful day, just like Chike said.
Yeah.
Today, you know?
And it's Esther's birthday, guys. And of course, we are so happy to celebrate this pretty lady this beautiful morning.
I am already having a swell time. Like people like Chike have made my morning. Like I've got so many people sending birthday wishes, and I just feel so special. And you know what? I know that today is gonna be an amazing day for me.
All right, and happy birthday to the special lady, and happy birthday, ST. You know, I wish you the very best. I wish you God's matchless blessings. I wish you boundless love. I
Amen.
wish you limitless upliftment,
Amen.
and then I wish you more beauty,
What is money in all of this?
more money.
Plenty money. That's very important.
Alright,
Thank you so much for your prayers.
And she's actually the golden voice of the show. Everybody
Oh, wow.
knows that. Wow, this show is blossoming is because of Esther.
And Chike is amazing
Esther
too.
is because of
You are the
you.
best co-anchor on the show. Like you are amazing, and I love doing this with you
Then
every single
happy
day.
birthday! Seriously, guys, there'll be party after party today.
Oh,
So
wow.
no, we are doing the drinkless and eat foodless party now. And later on, we'll not get into the real party.
That's right.
All right, this is Good Morning Class. It's right here on 106.9 FM. And of course, just as we mentioned earlier on, it's a very special day. We're celebrating the lady with the golden voice of the show, Esther. And we're so happy that she has attained a new height today. And it's worth celebrating. When we look back and when she looks back in her life, it's all Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
Because it's one thing to be alive, is another thing to celebrate yet another year.
that's true.
In that special auspicious life we live. All right, and then remember how we do it. Esther is going to give us the beautiful. In fact, today is the
has to be
best
packed.
motivation we're gonna get today. So Esther is ready to tell us how we're supposed to feel today, and she's itching to tell us. I'm actually itching to hear her hear what she has to tell us this morning, and afterwards she's gonna tell us what the weather has for us today. Hopefully, with the hot weather,
Let's
we'll
see
be
if there'll be
expecting
rain.
rain today. And then we're going to short musical break, and when we come back, we'll look at our top stories for today. And of course, we're going to be having special guests today. Today is World Hand Washing Day, and we're going to talk about the intricacies of hand washing. So we're having special guests from Godfrey Okoye University Teaching Hospital. This team of experts are going to come and tell us what we need to understand today about hand washing. But meanwhile, the birthday girl is ready to tell us how we're supposed to feel this beautiful Tuesday morning.
That's right. Good morning, Call City, and happy Tuesday, the 5th of May 2026. Like, I'm happy. So you guys are going to have an amazing day today. I'm just saying. Oh, well, before we step fully into today, I want you to pause and ask yourself one question. Am I really showing up for my life? Yes, that's a very serious question. We are still in the beginning of the month of May. I mean, this is just the 5th day. And I want you to ask yourself this very important question. Am I really showing up for my life? Not just existing, not just going through routines, but intentionally showing up. Because the truth is, your life will only move in the direction of the effort you're willing to give it. So today, don't just drift. Don't just do anything. I want you to be present, be focused, and be deliberate. There are things you should be doing. Make sure you do them. There are steps you've been avoiding. Take them. There are habits you've been postponing. It is very important that you start them immediately. Not tomorrow, not later, but now. And if you feel tired, if you feel unsure, if you feel like you're not ready, I want you to remember this, that you don't have to always feel ready to begin, okay? You just have to be willing to try, willing to learn, willing to fail, and willing to keep going. And as you move through today, I want you to hold on to this truth that you can do anything that you set your mind to do, but only if you get ready to match that belief with action. Now today, I want you to give your day your energy, your focus, and give your life your best, okay? No holding back, no shrinking, no excuses. And as I'm celebrating my birthday today, I pray that all your wishes and your prayers, I pray that God also answers them for me in my life, and that you also have them in good measure. I pray that all of us have an amazing day, that we're just going to be having happiness, and then celebration will never cease in our homes. I ask this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. You see what I'm talking about today is more like she's just speaking from experience. She's speaking from Allah Lobia.
In the deepest part of my heart.
All right, thank you so much, Esther, for that beautiful birthday special. And
Yeah,
of course,
thank
we
you.
feel so fulfilled listening to you.
Oh.
All right, this is the Good Morning Coast, and up next is our comprehensive weather report.
That's right. As usual, we'll be starting the weather report with Lagos. This morning, Lagos is cloudy with brief sunshine intervals this morning. The humidity there will be quite high, making it feel warmer than it is. In the afternoon, they'll be expecting thundery showers and moderate rainfall, especially across the mainland and island. And by evening, lingering clouds with light showers and continued humidity are expected. Oh well, and move on to Ibadan. Ibadan will be mostly cloudy this morning with a warm, muggy atmosphere. By afternoon, there will be expected isolated thunderstorms as temperatures rise to about 35 to 36 degrees Celsius. And by evening, skies remain cloudy with damp conditions. And in Port Harcourt this morning, we are experiencing overcast conditions with chances of early morning showers. And by afternoon, moderate to heavy rainfall with thunderstorms across the city will be expected, and by evening, rain may persist into the night, leaving road sweat and visibility reduced. Moving on to the federal capital, it is going to be partly cloudy this morning with some sunshine, intervals of sunshine this morning. So Abuja will be experiencing a calm start to their day. And by afternoon, they'll be having hot conditions peaking around 36 to 37 degrees Celsius, with chances of isolated thunderstorms later in the day. And by evening, cooler conditions are possible after rainfall. And moving on to kind of the extreme heat territory, this morning is quite sunny and slightly hazy with rising temperatures. By afternoon, it will be very hot and dry, with temperatures reaching up to 40 to 41 degrees Celsius. And by evening, they'll be experiencing clear skies, but linger into the night. And finally, here at home in Enugu, we're having cloudy skies early this morning, and we're having some intervals of sunshine. And by afternoon, we'll be seeing a field of a cloud with chances of thunderstorms and moderate rain, just around about 4. So it's very likely to rain today. And by evening, we'll be having wet conditions with cooler air setting in. And that is a comprehensive weather report for today.
All right, thank you so much, Esther, for that beautiful one. And this is the Good Morning Course. So we're gonna go on a short musical break, and when we come back, we are going to be welcoming our guest in the studio. But first of all, we're gonna go through some of our top stories this morning, and then we'll dive straight into talking about what hand washing means for us as we celebrate International Day for Hand Washing. Remember, this is the Good Morning Course, and then I'm gonna be playing this special one for my friend, for my co-anchor. I don't want to say much, but just enjoy this one. How are you, my friend? And by Johnny Drew. I know you did fine, but I want to look you like this as the time you say you did fine. Be smiling there. All right, don't touch the dial. We'll be right back.
I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend.
More music on trendybeats.com.
Body no vex for me. Say I never call you since, but I hope that you are well. I hope you're my caretaker. Every day I dey pray for you. Make you Baba God bless you. I never forget you. I gon' forget you. See my shoulder, make you rest up on me. You know I got you. Now me be your friend indeed. The money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far. Cause anything I get now for me and you. Yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. Oh, Remy, Tata, you always stay in my mind. Padi me gone, gone, gone. I cherish you with my life. Don't worry yourself, oh. Everything go day alright. And if anybody try you, you know it's gonna be on sight. See my shoulder, make you rest up on me. You know I got you. Let me be your friend indeed. Money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far. Cause anything I get now for me and you, yeah. How are you, my friend? I see you, my brother. How do you do, my friend? I see you, my sister. I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. I know that I don't call enough, but you're always on my mind. Oh, I did for you, my friend.
More music on trendybeats.com.
Rise and shine, Coal City! Yeah! Get your mind right, let's go! This is Good Morning, Coal City! Your everyday morning show that puts you in the right frame of mind to accomplish greatness. Join Cheek and Esther every weekday on One Sit on 6.9 FM. Good morning, Coal City!
This This is to all the listeners. I hope you hear me though. This is Dragia and I'll speak kitty in stereo. There's no mistake, you're tuned in to Goini Radio. 106.9, that's what is trending though. There's no need for you to touch that dial, cause I'm giving you flows longer than the river Nile. Let me walk you through the aisle. I'm giving you styles, I'm giving you chills, I'm giving you smiles. I need you now to hear the heartbeat of dialogue. This is automatic, this is not analog. These words are deeper than the pages of a catalog. We're getting truths like the words from the synagogue. Goyini Radio, lock it in your stereo. 1, 2, 3, your pocket now is for your radio. Words from the wise, I hope you really hear me though. Draw can't speak style, hope you all get it though.
All right, welcome back. All right, welcome back. This is still welcome back. This is the Good Morning Call City right here on 106.9 FM Go Unit Radio, and of course, that was a special one in the, dedicated to this pretty lady with the golden voice sitting beside me. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I was so surprised in my face. I'm like, as on the visual, I'd be on the visual feed, and I love that. That's me, guys. Don't I look pretty? Don't mind me, silly me. Anyways, I'm so happy. Thanks for making me feel special, Kiki. I do appreciate that.
You're welcome. All right, this is the Good Morning Call City, and of course, we're gonna be looking at our top stories for today. And of course, we're beginning with the first story. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. For the first story this morning, we see Obi Pankasu's exit, a setback. This is coming from ADC. The story has it that the National Publicity Secretary of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Bolaji Abdullahi, has described the exit of former presidential candidate Peter Obi and former Kano Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso from the party as a setback, but not a fatal blow. Speaking on Arise Television's primetime program on Monday, Abdullahi admitted he was personally unhappy about their departure, but noted that it also came with a measure of relief. Absolutely. I mean, personally, I'm not happy they left, and I cannot tell you why, because I have my own sentiments. I'm not happy they left, but in a way, it is a bit of a relief. Now we can focus on really doing what we need to do without being under the pressure cooker that they were trying to put us in. Pressed on whether he was disheartened by the apparent failure of efforts to unify the opposition, Abdullahi rejected that characterization. He considered the departure was a setback, but insisted it was not a fatal blow to the ADC's objectives. Is this a setback? The answer is yes. Is it a fatal blow? The answer is no, because the objectives are very clear. They are still the same. We don't think they are our enemies. We're not going to go into a dogfight with them to say they are not our enemies. As long as the objective is still clear, yeah. But if it's not about the objective. Abdullahi also criticized Obi for what he called the lack of interest in the party's ideological foundation. He explained that the ADC had invested months in developing a manifesto that outlined its policy direction, but claimed Obi did not engage with the process. We set up a manifesto committee that worked for about 2 to 3 months to develop a document that clearly outlines what we will do differently. You may invite His Excellency Peter Obi here and ask him what is the ADC position on fuel subsidy, what is the ADC's framework on security. He doesn't know because he's never been interested. The ADC spokesperson further argued that some politicians are more concerned with securing party tickets than with the ideological frameworks that define political organizations. They're just waiting for the tickets to be handed to them. If you say you want to contest an election and you believe in changing the country, you should know what your party stands for. All right, Chike, what do you think about this?
Yeah, he can actually say all he needs to say, but the point remains that we all know that the coalition was just to win election, and Obi's stance has always been, if you want to win election, let the process remain transparent. I think it just wasn't as transparent as they wanted it to be, and of course, with the external factors, that has actually been causing conflict. He's always it shows that at the end of the day, the whole thing will not get what exactly they wanted to get. So I see what P2B did there, and of course, personally, I wouldn't say my political inclination right here, but we all know who everybody wants to go in there and make the difference. But then it's still political skirmishes. So at the end of the day, people will be playing the game, and then, but the most important thing is for every game you're playing, let it be to the interest of the average Nigerian.
That's quite apt. Well, moving forward this morning, we see Kebbi police gun down bandits, arrest 47 and recover 40 firearms. The story has it that the Kebbi State Police Command on Monday said it had neutralized a bandit, arrested 47 suspects and recovered 40 firearms in operations targeting banditry and gun running across parts of the state. The Commissioner of Police, Omar M. Hadija, disclosed this while briefing journalists at the command headquarters in Birnin Kebbi. He said 2 of the arrested suspects had been terrorizing communities in Wasagu local government area. 47 suspects were arrested for various violent crimes, including armed robbery, banditry, and motorcycle snatching, he said. Hadija said a police patrol team intercepted and arrested 2 suspected bandits during a routine patrol along the Benamai Rai Road. He identified them as Aliyu Husseini, 23, from Mina in Niger State, and Sani Abubakar, who's 28, from Nasarawa State, Items recovered from the suspects include 36 rounds of live ammunition, 1 magazine, a Bajaj motorcycle, 264,000 naira, 9 memory cards, 4 SIM cards, 3 Android phones, and 1 keypad phone. The commissioner added that a joint operation with the Nigerian Army along the Kamba-Kangiwa road led to the recovery of raw sold cattle. He said further recoveries include 10 AK-47 rifles, 8 fabricated AK-47 rifles, 2 Mark IV rifles, 5 locally made revolvers, 5 single-barrel guns, 5 Dane guns, 2 locally made pistols, and 3 fabricated Beretta pistols. In a separate incident, a patrol team along the Amburusa Sangina Road arrested 1 Hussein Abubakar for allegedly conspiring with 1 Akasha Bande to snatch a Bajaj motorcycle with registration number BRK 749 UT from Nasiru Al Hassan. The suspect used a sharp sack needle to inflict serious injuries on the victim, he said. Hadija further said operatives attached to the Kalgo Division acting on intelligence arrested 1 Ashiru Mohammed, 20, of Alabani village near Makera. He said the suspects confessed conspiring with 2 others, Usman Mohammed and Anas Bangola, who are now at large, to block the Masalaki Zaria Jega Road, where they attacked Danjuma Babanyara and stabbed him in the head. Oh well, this is I think this is a good one. The fact that the police were able to recover these firearms, and this is a good one. The fact that these people have so much in their possession, it goes to show how much these criminal networks are being really equipped. And I just hope they continue to get these things, recover them, and then bring more seizure. Moving forward this morning, we see soldier assaults the cable journalist in Lagos traffic altercation. A journalist with the cable, Olalikon Fakoyejo, has narrated how he was assaulted by a soldier following an altercation over a traffic obstruction in the Oba area of Lagos State. Speaking in an interview with Punch Metro on Monday, Fakoyejo, who is the assistant business editor with the cable, said he had boarded a tricycle from Ikeja to Oba on Saturday when he encountered the soldiers. He noted that the soldiers were directing traffic when the tricycle conveying him maneuvered around the Pleasant Event Center of Ajao Road, Ikeja. According to him, another tricycle had attempted to maneuver through traffic but was pulled over by one of the soldiers, who directed the rider to get down from the tricycle as a form of punishment. Fakoyejo narrated the soldier was trying to punish the tricycle driver on a different lane. He asked the driver to step out and climb on the roof of his tricycle. What he was doing was causing traffic, and I said, "This is causing traffic." I was in another tricycle on another lane, which was not far from where the other tricycle was. The soldier heard what I said, and he dragged me out of the tricycle. He started threatening me and ordered me to go meet his colleagues who were not close to the incident. I refused to go, telling him I did nothing wrong, and he doesn't have the right to order me to go report myself to his colleagues. During the period, he kept pushing me backwards towards where he said his colleagues were. Then one of his colleagues came to speak to me. As I was explaining to the colleague that walked up to us, the soldier that was threatening me just slapped me immediately. I turned my face towards him. Meanwhile, a report from the cable stated that a video recorded by an eyewitness showed the soldier repeatedly shoving the journalist while attempting to hit him with a cudgel picked from the ground. The report added that as the soldier pushed Fakoyajo, his phone hit the tarmac and the screen shattered. It further noted that passerby later urged the journalist to leave the scene to avoid further assault. The report also stated that Fakoyajo walked away. Two soldiers accosted him and allegedly threatened to whip him while bystanders pleaded for calm. This is not the first time we've been taking stories about the brutality by members of the military or the armed forces, this is or the police. This is so not nice. The fact that they feel that they are above the law, because if you're disciplined, if you know what you're supposed to protect these citizens, but instead you decide to assault them because you feel like you've got more power. I feel like there's need for reforms in the force, in the military. Anyways, moving forward, I'm glad that it was brought to light that there was a video evidence. Stories like this are usually swept under the carpet. Okay, moving forward this morning. Alright, moving forward this morning, we see federal government and South Africa meet over xenophobic attacks. The story has it that to address the issue of xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in South Africa and other related matters, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs yesterday summoned the acting High Commissioner of South Africa to Nigeria, Leslie Machele, for a meeting in Abuja. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dunoma Umar Ahmed, met with Machele over the development. The spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kimyebi Ebienfa, while briefing journalists on the development, said that during the meeting, the ministry acknowledged the recent public statements by the President of South Africa and other senior government officials, including the Minister of Police and the National Police Commissioner, rejecting extrajudicial killings and the looting of foreign nationals' properties, and underscored the importance of translating these commitments into consistent action on the ground. Abienfa also said the federal government expressed concern over reported threats against foreign nationals in South Africa, including those attributed to a group reportedly led by Jacinta Zuma and other groups such as Operation Dujula, and emphasized the need for proactive measures to prevent incitement, intimidation, or violence. The government of Nigeria condemns the violence against Nigerians in South Africa, including the recent deaths of Nnemeka Matthew, Andrew Ekpenyong, Kelvin Chidebere, and following alleged assaults by security personnel. The ministry notes that these incidents, alongside other reported cases, have heightened anxiety within the Nigerian community and require urgent, credible remedial action. We, however, request thorough and impartial investigations into both deaths, including prompt sharing of preliminary findings and regular updates with the government of Nigeria. I'm really glad that something is finally being done about these xenophobic attacks on the side of South Africa. This is a good one. Hopefully, this diplomatic meeting will yield good results in due time. All right, guys, this is all we can take this morning on our top stories. And yeah, Chike stated earlier that we are celebrating. Today marks World Hygiene Day, Hand Hygiene Day, rather. And this year's theme is Action Saves Lives. And to commemorate this amazing day, we have two professionals right here with us in the studio to talk to us about hand hygiene and, just give us what to do or how important it is. And we can see the 2026 focus areas. We see that the primary focus of this action is to turn policy into practice to prevent healthcare associated infections, and also including hand hygiene as a standard operating procedure and monitoring compliance as key indicators in hospital. You're very welcome to our studio. This is Going Your Radio, and we are really glad to have you with us this morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
Could you please introduce yourself so that we know who you are and what you do, to give us a privilege to know you better.
Okay. Reverend Sister Catherine Ifomachuku,
Okay, thank you so much, sister.
HOD, Environmental Health, Sanitation and Works Department in Godfrey Okoye University Teaching Hospital.
Oh wow!
And also, I'm the IPC vocal person for the facility.
Wow, that's amazing. You're very welcome, sister.
Thank
We
you.
are glad to have you with us in the studio.
Thank you.
Over to you, please.
Okay, I am pharmacist AGK May Favor. I am a pharmacist with Godfrey University Teaching Hospital, and I am IPC committee member.
That's amazing. We are really
Thank
glad to have you
you.
here with us. Thank
Thank
you. And
you.
I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about hand hygiene. Before I start, I'm going to be very honest with myself, right? Hand hygiene. When I saw the flyer for today, I was like, ooh, hand hygiene. This is something that we don't really that we look over a lot. The fact that you can take your meds, exercise, take food, take appropriate food. That's what people actually tell us to do. When you go to a hospital, that you should live healthy. That's like the ideal healthy lifestyle, right? But we keep forgetting something as trivial as hand washing, and I know I'm actually guilty of that. So I'd like to hear what you have to say, and I have some questions. Let's see how educated we get this morning. So I'll start with the first question, and this will be addressed to sister. So in simple terms, how much impact do you think that proper hand hygiene have on saving lives, and why is this still a major challenge today, even with modern medicine?
Okay. In simple terms,
Yes,
is proper hand hygiene is simple
right,
and
indeed.
common, but is a very important thing in healthcare setting. Proper hand hygiene has saved millions of lives, and by practicing proper hand hygiene, you have reduced healthcare associated infections
Okay.
in the hospital. Take for instance, and when following the WHO 5 moments of hand hygiene, so when it's properly done, then the infection has been reduced to minimal level.
Okay.
The-
I'm curious. I'm sorry. What do you mean by 5 moments of hand hygiene?
5 moments of hand hygiene is what every healthcare worker have to comply with.
Okay.
The first one is before touching a patient, or after touching a patient, you have to wash your hand.
Okay.
Before any clean aseptic procedure, you have to also wash your hand. Before body exposure risk, also you have to wash your hand.
Okay.
Then after touching patient surrounding. So every healthcare worker supposed to abide fully by this WHO 5 moments of hand hygiene.
Okay.
Then in the communities, then people also advised to also abide strictly of hand hygiene protocols
Okay.
by after eating, before eating, after eating, or after preparing food, then also after visiting a restroom, then after touching your face, then you also have to wash your hand.
Oh wow.
Then another aspect is after touching a high risk areas like door handles, you have to wash your hand.
Okay.
Or visiting a public place, you have to also wash your hand. So it's very important. By any healthcare worker that's practice hand hygiene, it reduces if HAIs, healthcare associated infection, by 50% or more than
Wow,
that.
that's amazing.
More than that, and also this implication, its implication is that there is fewer people falling sick, then fewer people having complications, and also deaths, fewer people dying of it. So it adds hugely by reducing HAIs, and it's also implication like staying longer in the hospital.
Right.
Then also it's also reduces medical treatment, higher medical treatment. So
Thank
That's
you.
what I can say.
That's nice. So you guys have heard it. Wash your hands after touching your face. Even this goes for even health workers. Like, it's even more important to them
Yes.
to reduce the chances of nosocomial infections,
Yes,
right?
nosocomial infections.
Yes, I think I heard that term somewhere. I'm also a science student, so
Yeah, wow, that's
well,
good.
thank you for that beautiful perspective.
Thank you.
Okay, for my next question will be addressed to you, our pharmacist in the studio. This year's theme says action saves lives. So what specific actions should healthcare workers, patients, and the public consistently take?
All right, thank you for that question. First of all, we're talking about action saves life.
Right.
So we know that very many people know about the awareness of wash your hands. Right from primary school, they're telling you wash your hands, always wash your hands. But now we're talking about consistency. We want to see people consistently washing their hand in the right way at the right time. So
Right.
that is action saves. That is the action. We want to see people actually doing it. Now, when we come to the healthcare workers, I want them to make sure and indulge in the 5 moments of hand hygiene, which is before you touch a patient, you wash your hands. After you touch a patient, you wash your hands. Before you clean or aseptic procedure, which is maybe giving injection, maybe wound dressing, changing of catheter, you make sure you wash your hand. Then after touching a patient, you also wash your hand. After maybe exposure to body fluid like urine, saliva, you wash your hand. After, and then I think I'm missing out on one. After
Touching the patient surrounding.
After touching the patient surrounding,
Mm.
like the bedside or medical equipment, you wash your hand. And I also want healthcare professionals to endeavor to keep their nails short and minimal jewelry, because these things harbor germs.
That's true.
Also, no matter how busy you are as a healthcare professional or your work swamped, try as much as possible to wash your hands consistently. That's another one. Then for the patients, try to speak up. Now you see a healthcare professional, maybe because that person just decides not to do the right thing, and maybe has like 10 patients to attend to, and is taking care of A and taking care of B and C. When it gets to your turn, don't think it's rude to speak up and tell the person, have you washed your hands? You're also protecting yourself.
That's
So I
right.
see some healthcare, some patients, and they're like, they don't want to talk, so they don't see them as rude or maybe
Yeah.
wanting too much. But you are actually helping. And also as a patient, try as much as possible to follow the hygiene instructions. After eating, before eating, wash your hand. After using the restroom, wash your hand. And then for the general public, wash your hand when you come back from work. Some people just forget, and then they move around with their daily doings. Some of them even have kids, and they carry their kids without washing their hands after going to work. And then you touch public places, you don't know who have touched there, and you don't know what has happened there. You don't know if somebody has even coughed or sneezed
I know,
there.
right?
And then you touch it and you don't wash your hands. And it's also pertinent that you actually teach your children not just to rub their hands together, but the proper way to wash it, not just rubbing hands together and pouring soap and water, but to wash the inner corners of the fingers properly. So I think
Well,
these are
that's
the-
beautifully said. You guys have heard it. The do's and don'ts. Don't do this, do that, do this, do that. And I think that the truth is hand washing is so trivial, right? It's something that we are all used to. We've always, I think back then in kindergarten, we had this health talk subject. They were like, wash your hand before and after eating, good table manners. So washing hands is not something we are new to, but the fact that we cannot do it consistently is the problem. We just tend to forget, or we just don't even care enough. So people who take care of patients in the hospital, because sometimes patients can't even take care of themselves. Try your best to keep proper hygiene of your environment. That's just basically what we're talking about. And thank you so much for that beautiful perspective. Okay, for my next question this morning, that will be addressed to Sister. I wanted to ask, is hand hygiene solely the responsibility of healthcare workers, or should patients and visitors also speak up and take responsibility?
Primarily is this sole work of a healthcare worker.
Okay.
Because they have direct contact with patients.
Okay.
So it's their duty to follow the WHO 5 moments of hand hygiene, as I said before.
Right.
So those moments, they have to comply, they have to abide by them strictly, without missing any of the moments.
Okay.
Before and after touching a patient. after any clean aseptic procedure, before clean aseptic procedure, then body exposure risk, then before after touching the patient surrounding. So then they also have to do it with right techniques and the right moments, not doing it randomly anyhow.
Yeah, okay.
Because our hands have germs. So when you do it randomly, you miss it, you will not get it.
That's true.
You have not performed hand hygiene. So then for public, for people at home or their different communities, they have also to practice proper hand hygiene, like after eating or before eating, after eating, before preparing food or after preparing food. They have to wash their hand after visiting a restroom, as I said before. Then also they have also to wash their hand after touching a high risk places, like door handles or their phones. Phones also harbor diseases. Then before when going out, they have to carry their hand sanitizer. Also, it's also important to practice proper hand hygiene. Then after coming out from a public places, they have also to wash their hands. But it's a work of everybody. Then patients have to have confidence to speak up.
Right.
To any healthcare worker when they are not sure that healthcare worker coming to treat them have washed their hands. So they have to speak up. Please, have you washed your hand? Is their hand clean? They have to do that. Then also they have to wash their own hands regularly. They also have to abide by the hospital procedures, like called SOP, standard operating procedure. They have to abide by them. So especially when they touch these medical equipment, or when they also have touch any wound, they have also to wash their hand. So it's also work of everybody. It's a shared responsibility. So by doing that, we have that habit of consistent hand washing, proper hand washing. Are you getting me? It's no longer a force. It's not a routine thing of a thing. Then you have communities. Are you getting me? Where people have formed the habits of hand washing. Then visitors are not offended when they are reminded, go and wash your hand, or they have clean hands. So it's become everybody's responsibility.
That's
so
right.
That's what I can say.
Well said, sister. There you have it, guys. It is our shared responsibility, both on the side of the health workers and you as a citizen. Just like I always say, change begins with us. So if we want to reduce the risk of getting some diseases, so we should try our best to do something as simple as proper hand washing. And now to our pharmacist here, I have another question for you. Now, I want to know how serious hospital-acquired infections are in Nigeria, and what practical systems are in place in hospitals to prevent them.
Okay, now hospital-acquired infections are very common and can actually be fatal. Now, it can lead to prolonged stay of a patient in the hospital and can actually lead to preventable death. Okay, now for healthcare workers and for patients. Sorry, please, can you repeat the question?
I said, how serious are these hospital-acquired infections in Nigeria, and what practical systems are already in place in our hospitals to prevent them?
Now, in our hospitals, we have hand washing hygiene, and that is you wash your hand the proper way you're supposed to wash it. Some hospitals actually, our facilities, we have a triage area where if visitors come in, they can actually go there, wash their hands before going to see a patient. And even after seeing the patient. And then we also have awarenesses on the board. We have awarenesses on doors telling people how to actually take care of, how to actually do this hand technique we're talking about. So, and also not just washing your hands. If you're not washing your hands with soap and water, we also have alcohol-based hand rubs you can actually use. That is the normal sanitizer we know. So let's even forget the long grammar. The normal sanitizer you know. So that is just it.
Wow, that's
so
okay.
what I can add there. So we say how serious it is. So healthcare acquired infections are very serious case, especially in Nigeria. So they have caused many deaths. Are you getting me? So, and they have caused some harm to patients. The patients come into the hospital, they come with one particular sickness, and while arriving in the hospital, they contacted one disease. They
Another
did
one.
not come with maybe before they discharge or while they are still in admission, they contact one disease that they have to stay longer than they expected. So studies in Nigeria has revealed, are you getting me?
Yes.
That prevalence, that the studies has showed that prevalence of about 2.6 of disease over 14 percent of patients admitted in the hospital normally come down out of one of the hospital, out of 7 hospitals, and said 1 out of 7 admitted patients in the hospital normally come down with HAIs. So this is the result of carelessness, of negligence of hand hygiene, proper hand hygiene by the healthcare workers. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So this has shown that it has caused complications, and also it has caused patients on admission coming down with serious sickness that can lead to their deaths, and they also have thousands of deaths as a result of that HAIs, healthcare acquired infections. So it's very obvious. Then also in our hospital, because of that, in our hospital now we have, I thank God so far, the peak we have reached. We have now set up IPC program, infection prevention programs.
Okay.
We have it now.
Okay.
It has been established. We have IPC team members and committee members.
What did they do? What did they do?
They after they are the one in charge of championing IPC programs. So in IPC programs we have surveillance, monitoring and evaluation, then audits, feedbacks and audits. That's what IPC program is all about. Training and education. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So we are now constantly on this decontamination. Now let me tell you, obvious thing now. In our hospital now, we are doing proper decontamination.
Okay.
As regards to when patients are coming to the hospital for admission, first the environment, the bed surfaces are decontaminated. We decontaminate the place ready for the patient to come in. So what does this thing imply? That patient entering that ward will not contact any HAI there. It's free of germs. So then when the patient is discharged, we also decontaminate the place and make it ready for another patient coming in, with toilets everywhere, free of germs. If the patient is taken to outside clinic for any medical examination, when the ambulance is returned back, then we have also to go and decontaminate the ambulance. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And we use 100% disinfectants approved by WHO. Are you getting me?
Wow,
That's the
good.
one most clear resource we are using. That's 100% disinfectant.
I'm very glad
chlorine.
that there are measures already taken to make sure that
even the medical equipment also we have autoclave.
yeah,
we use
for sterilizing.
Yes,
Got that.
So that one is 100% done. Then again, we have isolation room. Yes, okay, time. We have
Alright.
isolation room. Then we
Wow.
have other things, that we are doing. We are now building incinerator.
Wow, that's
so-
amazing. That is amazing. I'm
so,
glad
yeah.
hospitals. I think for your information, guys, these professionals are from Goini Teaching Hospital. So I believe these are measures taken by the hospital already.
Yes.
I'm so glad. That means Goini Teaching Hospital, of course, they have a lot of facilities and they take hygiene seriously.
Yes, the one of the major improvements, or one of the major, if I call it privilege, we have now that we are now through NCDC.
Okay.
We are now in partner with the NCDC through DRASA.
Okay.
DRASA
Wow.
is one NGO that were established in honor of a hero, a woman, the woman that prevented Ebola from spreading in Nigeria.
Oh wow.
Dr. Adevovo. Dr. Adevovo is DRASA. The short acronym is DRASA. So that doctor prevented Ebola from spreading. So they are now establishing IPC in many facilities to see that what happened during that Ebola time. Are you getting me? And the woman lost her life with other healthcare workers. So that
It won't
going
happen
around
again.
to establish IPC in many hospitals to
That's-
prevent such from happening.
Further occurrences.
from
That's
yes.
beautiful. Thank you so
Yes.
much, sister, for telling us these things. I mean, I'm really glad that Goini Teaching Hospital is doing so much, right? Godfrey Okoye Teaching Hospital, right?
Yes.
That's You're welcome. Thank you so much for your time.
You're
I'm
welcome.
sure that for everyone listening to us right now, they have been educated on how important hand washing really is, even if it is quite trivial, and that I'm sure they will try. Please try to inculcate a frequent and consistent hand washing habit into your lifestyle is very important. Thank you so much once again to our two professionals in the house. Please, could you introduce yourself again so that our listeners can hear your names?
Okay, Reverend Sister Catherine Ifomachuku,
Okay.
HOD, Environmental Health, Sanitation and Works Department in Godfrey Okoye University Teaching Hospital.
Thank you,
An
ma'am.
IPC focal person for the facility.
That's commendable. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm from Favor AGKMA, a pharmacist with Godfrey Okoye University Teaching Hospital. I am an IPC committee member.
Wow. Thank you so much, you both, for coming here. It was really amazing having you in the house. And we hope to see you next time when we have something to talk about health.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, this is where we're going to be rounding off the show this morning. Thank you so much for sticking it out with us. You remember today is my birthday, right? I'm going to send you all with a goodwill message. I hope you guys celebrate throughout today, just as I am celebrating. And I hope that we have an amazing day today, okay? Go out there and crush it, because you have everything in you to do what you want to do. You have everything it takes to achieve your purpose, to achieve your dreams. And this is where we'll be signing off for now. Goodbye from I and Chike. Chike, can you say hi to our listeners?
Goodbye, everyone, and see you tomorrow.
All right, bye. See you tomorrow, same time, same station.